Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So to get started, I'm just going to be spraying my face with the Trader Joe's Rose Water Facial Toner. And then I'm going to be priming my face with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. To fill in and kind of shape my brows, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. I actually picked this up from Five Below a couple weeks ago and I actually love it. I really didn't think medium brown was going to be a good shade for me because I'm used to using like an espresso or like whatever the darkest shade in the brand may be, but I really love this to create like a natural brow, especially when my brows are either freshly waxed or a little bit grown out as they are here. I would highly recommend this brush and not brush, but I'd very much recommend this brow product. I think it's amazing. To clean up under my brows, I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. And then after I use the shade Fawn, I'm going to go in with the shade Beautiful Bronze as to fade into a more natural color for the rest of my eyelids. The purpose of this is so that I have a nice highlighted underbrow. Meanwhile, my eyelid is very close to my actual skin color and it's not too stark of a difference. And then I'm just going to go in and blend it out with a brush that I got from some Amazon set like a year ago. After blending out the concealer with the E.L.F. Flawless Concealer Brush, I'm then going to be taking the Makeup Revolution Baking Powder in the shade Terra Cotta and packing that onto my eyelid with a cosmetic sponge from Target just to let that set and bake as I do the rest of my face. For foundation, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 410. I'm only applying it to my cheeks, my nose, and my chin, and then blending that out with the E.L.F. Ultimate Blending Brush. I used to do my whole, like dot it onto my whole face and then just blend it out one section at a time. But I have found that for me, when I put it on my forehead and do the rest of my face first, it kind of leaves like a bright spot in the center of my forehead. I don't know if anyone else can notice it, but I notice it and I like am really self-conscious about that. So I've just decided to do the rest of my face and then go back in and do my forehead after the rest of my face is blended out. Like I just said, after I finish blending out the rest of my face, I then go in and put the foundation on my forehead and just blend that out with the same brush from E.L.F. I actually do not clean up the top of my brows with concealer, as you have seen when I do my foundation, that I just use that to clean my brows. I feel like using concealer on top of my brows is just an extra unnecessary step. To conceal and brighten under my eyes, I'm going back in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn and just throwing a little triangle shape. Honestly, the shape I do really depends on the day, depends how I'm feeling. Today it was a triangle. I'm also going to take the concealer to highlight a little bit the bridge of my nose, my chin, under my lip, my cupid's bow, and a very small spot on my forehead. Now, when I blend out my concealer, this has been my favorite way of doing it for the past couple months, which is just using my finger to begin to blend it out so it can warm up the concealer a lot faster and make it easier to blend and move around, and it also is more opaque to start with. After I've used my fingers to blend out the concealer, I'm going to go back in with a cosmetic sponge from Target and just blend it out under my eyes and my chin, my cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose. And because I do not like how much it just dragged out and the kind of intense line demarcation, I'm just going to go back in with the Ultimate Blending Brush from E.L.F. to kind of clean up the lines and make it seamlessly blend a little bit more. And after that, I'm just going to go back in with the cosmetic sponge to blend it out even more. To set my under eye, I'm just using the Makeup Revolution baking powder in the shade Terra Cotta once again. And because it can be very, very bright, I go back in with the Maybelline powder in the shade 355 Coconut with a brush that I got from some set off of Amazon just to blend it out and dust it away. And also at the same time, I'm going to be dusting away the powder that I used to set my eyes. For my eyes, I'm going to be using this brown transition shade from the Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette. And I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild, I believe this is the crease brush. And I'm just going to be using that to put the color all over my crease and all over my eyelids. To slightly contour my face and really just to bring some color back into it, I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild contour brush and using Black Radiance contour palette in the shade Medium Dark. Again, I don't do any crazy contour. I just want to put some color back into my face and add some definition to my cheeks because I do already have high cheekbones. And yes, I do blow my brush. I have no idea when or why I started doing this, but really over like the past month and a half, maybe 2 months, it's just become a habit, and now it's just something I do with all of the brushes I use powder products on. As you can see here, I'm just taking another brush that I got from, I think, the same Amazon brush set, and just contouring my nose very, very slightly. I'm going to be taking the same brush that I used to wipe away my baking powder just to clean my contour a little bit so it's not as intense and not as dark. And then I'm going to be taking the same brush that I used to contour my nose and apply that same powder from the contour palette into my crease to give my eyes some definition. And then for one final blending, I'm just going to use this Morphe blending brush that I got from a Christmas set about 2 years ago. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Megalength mascara. I really like this because I have naturally long lashes and I don't really need or like using lashes, so this is perfect just to give my lashes some color and some definition, and they really make my eyes pop, and I love it. So I would recommend this if you have long lashes or if you just want some defined lashes without having to do too much. For blush, I'm going to be using E.L.F's Monochromatic stick in the shade Luminous Berry and just applying that directly to the brush and then applying it to my cheeks. And I really love it because it gives you this nice healthy glow, and it's great for someone who doesn't necessarily like blush, and it can also be used in place of a highlighter. Now for my actual highlighter, I'm going to be spraying my highlighter brush from E.L.F. with the Rose Water from Trader Joe's, and I'll be using Wet n Wild highlighter in Crown of my Canopy. I love this highlighter. Oh my goodness. I saw someone who said like it's not a good black girl friendly highlighter. I don't know who she was. Maybe it just wasn't for you, sis. Maybe you don't like this kind of glow, but it is just popping. I absolutely love it. I put it on my cheeks, on the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow because I love me a bright cupid's bow. And then I'm just going to take this little brush from Morphe from that same Christmas set and spraying with the rose water as well, and just applying the highlighter to my inner corner as well as under my brows. Just to make sure there's no crazy line of demarcation, I'm going to go in one more time with the blending brush from Morphe. And then to set my face, I'm just using the rose water once again. I will usually use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray, but I have ran out and I have yet to go out to buy a new one. And for my lips, I'm going in with my absolute favorite nude lip combo at the moment, and that is the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Bear to Comment, the NYX High Voltage Lipstick in the shade Dirty Talk, the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Chocolate Crepe, and of course I'm going to top it off with my Fenty Glow because it just pulls it all together. It gives me a nice, healthy, glowy look. And of course, we have to have a little slow motion montage because I was absolutely feeling myself. I was feeling this look. I was feeling this glow. Like, get into this glow, honey. Like, do you see this? Do you see the happiness created by this glow? And yes, I realized my right cheek has a little bit less glow, but I went and fixed it after I stopped recording. So this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, I'm going to leave all the products I use in the description down below. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.